Hi everybody, it's Zira, Love of the Dark here. This is a knitting and crafty podcast, and I'm just going to dive right in. I will list all the places you can find me on the internet down below, as well as any patterns that I talk about or people that I talk about. I'll do my best to remember to do that. Sometimes I don't remember. So, I'm very excited. I have a lot to talk to you about. We'll be talking about this fabulousness in a little bit. But the first thing, actually, let's talk about this now. We'll get this out of the way. So this year I've been doing the Make 9 sort of personal competition. It's not a competition with anyone else, but it's a challenge. It's the Make 9 challenge. And I just realized I only have one thing left to do this year. I was sitting here thinking, oh yeah, there was that Make 9 challenge that I told myself I'd do and sort of didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to. But as it turns out, the stuff that I ended up making this year was all the stuff on my list. So I'm super excited to go through that. So number 1 was the blanket. We talked about this a couple episodes past. Got that done. Number 3, I'm going to skip over number 2. Number 3 was mittens. And I had forgotten that I did these mittens a couple of months ago. I don't think I ever showed them on the podcast. So these are the Bella's mittens, and I'm sorry I don't remember who they're from because I fly by the seat of my pants and I don't make notes pre-game, okay? But I will go through afterwards and I'll figure out who made these and I'll post that link in the bottom. But they're really beautiful. So here's the funny thing. I made them, and probably within 48 hours, I went to pick them up, and this one had this gigantic hole right here. And I was like, oh, look, a hole. Here's an opportunity to learn how to darn. So I did. And I used some other thread. I didn't have any more of this gray thread left on it, but I had some lighter gray thread. And I was like, I don't really care. They're just mittens. Nobody cares. But yeah, I did a pretty good job of that, actually. I watched some sort of tutorials on the subject and got a handle on it. I caught a hold of all of the stitches that were live, and I was able to weave kind of back and forth and sort of like knit with a needle. Anyway, I fixed them, but they're nice and cozy. They're made out of really good wool, nice sturdy wool, so they should last a long time. And I'm not a huge Twilight fan, but I totally loved Bella's mittens, so I was very excited to find this pattern. It is a free pattern. I do remember that much. So I'll probably make a few more pairs of these because they're real fast. That's such a... I think I used... I think I did. Oh, and I do have a little bit more of that left. I had forgotten that I had more, which is why I darned it with a lighter color yarn. But I'll probably make a few more of those. I used the Cascade Eco Plus on that. And I'm really loving that yarn for a bulkier weight yarn. It's a nice sturdy... It's still soft. I mean, I could wear it next to my skin. Some people might not agree, but it's not a scratchy wool. It's a rustic wool, but not a scratchy wool. So that was number 3. Checked. The next one is the Mitten Advent Calendar. So I have 6 done at this point. I'm not going to finish it this year, but it's okay. I'm well on my way, and I feel like that's just going to be an ongoing project. It's not going to be feasible for me to get that done in a single year. It's just going to be one of those things where I probably get 6 done this year. I'll probably get 6 done next year, and 6 the next year or whatever. But that's a fun pattern if you are interested in it. It's a free pattern if you go to her blog to download the mittens individually. I've already put them away. If you want to, you can pay a small fee and have it all packaged up into one nice PDF. And I would suggest doing that just because it's not very expensive and I like to support artists. So there's that. So that was 1, 2 we skipped, 3, 4. So number 5 was the Ranger Cowl by Michael Vlodman. And look at this. I finished it, you guys, and it is the most magnificent, amazing project ever. I want to knit like 5 more of these. In different colors for different reasons. I'm going to stand up a little bit and you can kind of see I'll go slow. It's just this amazing shape that's then twisted on itself and sewn in a certain way to make this great shape, and it kind of comes down to a point in the front. Ooh! Comes down to a point in the front, and in the back it just covers down below my shoulder blades. And then this magical front piece is just like, you know, you can get way deep in there. Ooh! Can you imagine traipsing through the woods with this thing on? I'm stuck on something. All right. Anyway, really great. I really love this pattern. I'm super, super thrilled with it. I'm now going to just shake my head for a minute. Yeah, I love this pattern a lot. I wore it at work today, and I had a lot of oohs and ahs over it. So that was cool. Oh, that's what I'm caught on. Give me one moment. All right. So that was number, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6 was the goddess poppets. I wanted to make some of those from Michelle Simpkins, who is Hagstone Handmade. If you get a chance, check out her website. It's really beautiful and lovely. She's got downloadables and information and just really cool stuff. And I made a couple of those, and I ended up doing a trade, and I want to show you what I traded for one of them in a little bit. The next one was the roll-up needle case, which I showed you a couple episodes back. I got that done. And then the last one, number 9, was the mystery knit-along, and that was the lunar face shawl that I did. So I'm looking at my list going, oh my gosh! Aside from just the rest of the Mitten advents, I only have one left to do, and that is socks. Oh my god. Am I really going to knit socks? Let me think about that for a minute. I probably should. I mean, I don't know. Everybody knits socks, right? I just don't know that I'm into it. I don't know that socks are going to be my thing. I want to do it to say that I've done it. I've done it. I've knit socks before. It's been a long time, and it was with worsted weight yarn. I don't know. I've given myself a challenge. I should probably finish it just to say that I finished it, because I'm kind of stubborn that way. So yeah, we'll start working on that. If you have a favorite sock pattern, throw it at me. I don't care if it's paid for or free. I have a lot of different sock patterns. I just don't have any idea which one I'm gonna do. But I would totally knit socks for myself. Maybe even like big socks, you know, like thigh highs or something. That might be kind of fun. Anyway, so that's that. That's the Make 9 progress. Very exciting. I'm going to move a couple of these away. We talked about one finished object. I'll talk about a couple of other finished objects. I'm going to take this off. Woohoo! Toss it over on the bed. So this is kind of exciting. This next one is a 10-year-old whip. It was my oldest whip. I'm so excited. There's got to be something I can enter that in, right? Some kind of contest. This project is something that I started. I got gifted some, I think it's probably acrylic. It might be an acrylic wool blend. But I got gifted this massive amount of this yarn like 10 or 12 years ago. And I started knitting on it, and I got most of it done within, you know, a month or so. And then we ended up moving for whatever reason. And I packed it up into a thing and tossed it in a drawer and forgot about it. And I was doing some cleaning in this closet behind me, which you can't see because it's got fabric over it. And I found it, and I was like, holy crap, I'm going to finish that right now because it's the coolest thing. And what it is the Wingspan Shawl. It's so cool. It's like, so you may notice that down here at this end, there's not as many white flecks. In fact, there's not any white flecks. Well, that is because I had enough yarn to get from here to here. And then I couldn't find the rest of the yarn. But I happened to have this other yarn that was very, very similar. So I just finished it off with that. And let's see if I can stand up again and kind of show you how it goes. I'll put it around here. Oh. It's just this beautiful, you know, it's a sort of a thing. Yay! Very cozy and warm. I have a really beautiful shawl pin that my sweetie got for me. I think I talked about that in an episode back, or maybe 2. But yeah, again, lots of compliments on that one. It's very squishy, even though it's probably partly acrylic. I think it's partly wool, because it feels nice. It doesn't feel like RHSS. It doesn't feel like that which shall not be named. Alright, you guys. So I'm very excited about that. This next one that I want to show, I may have shown it in a previous podcast, but not since it's had the beautiful little buttons on it. I made this pretty adorable. I talked about it being the butthole shawl because these little puckers. Anyway, silliness. I'm going to adjust this so that it can focus real quick here. We'll do that. And then I'm going to show you up close. Maybe. Check those little buttons out. They're little silver acorn leaves, or oak leaves with the little acorns. I just loved those when I found them, and I thought that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect for this sweater. I'm so excited. So I started knitting some little booties to match this, and I ran out of this purple tourmaline color and I need like 12 yards, like if that. So if anybody has any purple tourmaline laying around that you just don't need anymore, I'd be happy to take that off your hands. I don't really want to buy a whole skein of it, but I will to finish the project. But okay, let's see. Moving on. I wrote a couple of notes. I lied when I said I didn't have any notes. I have a few. The trade that I did, I wanted to show you guys. Oh my god. Okay. So I made one of those goddess poppet dolls, and I wish that I had taken pictures of it. I thought I did, but I didn't. And so I've given it away without taking any pictures of it, so I can't show you. But it's really pretty. It's this really beautiful forest green color. I dyed the yarn, over-dyed it. Actually, it was an over-dye experiment that turned out really well. And then I put beautiful little stones and beads all over it, and I stuffed it with herbs, and I put a lot of really good, sweet intent into that project for my friend who I was doing a trade with. So part of the trade, she has made for me a prosperity candle, and I can't show you, well, I could show you a little bit. You're not going to see it because of the light, but it's this beautiful candle that has herbs and flowers, and it's just lovely. It looks like marigolds. Anyway, it comes in its own little cauldron. It's just so lovely. So that was in the kit, and it's burning right now, so I'm going to actually put it up there. And then the kit itself, she did a wood burning on the front for me, which is beautiful. And inside of this kit, you guys, holy crap, she came to my work to do the trade. I was like, if you want to stop by, I'll have the thing. And I had no idea that it was going to be this much. Like, oh my gosh. First of all, I'm not going to share this part with you, but she did a reading for me, and it was really beautifully done, and I was really, really happy with that. So aside from like the amazing reading that she gave for me, we have Zen Ritual Bathing Salts, and there's a, I think there's a list in here somewhere of what's in it, but it's, oh, I'm not going to open it, but trust me, they're bath salts, and they're really, really nice, and they've got essential oils, and it's all magically created, which is really nice. This lady, Rita, does a really beautiful, beautiful job. She makes homemade incense. I think I've talked about her incense on here before, and it's just so good. So I'm so excited. I've been holding out. I wanted to use these, but I wanted to wait until I'd shown everybody. And then let's see, we've got some loose leaf incense from her called Samhain, and it's got mint, apple, cypress, mugwort, oak moss, and silver sage. You can hear, oh, you know what? I'm going to autofocus again. I usually hate autofocus. If I leave it on, it goes in and out and in and out, but look at that. Come on, focus. There we go. Isn't that pretty? And it smells divine. Oh, so good. So, so, so good. And then I have a small thing of Hecate ritual bathing salts, which, let's see here. This is cool. There are pieces of black tourmaline in it, and there's myrrh and pine needles and patchouli and a lot of other amazing stuff. And it came with a little bag to put it in so that you don't, you know, get black tourmaline all over your tub. But that's awesome. It came with a lip balm that she made. It's a beautiful coconut oil based lip balm, and it smells really delicate. I'm so excited about that. I'm on the verge of sneezing, so if I'm making horrible faces, that is why. Let's see if I can sneeze water through my nose. All right. In there is a Dark Goddess loose leaf incense with rose, dragon's blood, myrrh, and frankincense. And this, oh my God, is probably my favorite incense that I've ever used. It is so good. If you're into an incense that is earthy, mildly sweet, resiny, powerful, just, oh God, it's so good. Go over to her Etsy and grab some Dark Goddess incense. It's so good. And her Etsy, if I didn't mention it, I'm sorry, out of sorts today. If I didn't mention it, it's the broomstick and dragonfly on Etsy. And I'll link down below to her shop so that you can just click right there. And then we've got a lavender sage body balm. This just keeps going, you guys. This gorgeous lavender and sage. Oh my God. That smells so nice. I like to use this while I'm knitting. Us knitters, or we knitters, get really dry hands because working with fiber can really suck the moisture right out of your hands. And this is nice. You can probably see my little divot out of it already. It doesn't take much. Ooh, there we go. But it's really nice for the fingertips and the cuticles and stuff. And then, I mean, it just keeps going on. There's a rosemary and mint infused glycerin soap. This smells like the underworld. It's so good. It's so good. And then in here are some beautiful stones. And I thought initially that this was jet. But then I held it up to the light and I realized, oh my gosh, I think that's a gigantic Apache tear. These are just beautiful, and there's a beautiful selenite wand in here. Check that out. I mean, she just went nuts and just loaded me up with all of this amazing magical goodness. I'm so grateful and just so blessed with all of this stuff. It's so nice. I love trading, you guys. Trading is awesome. So yeah, that's that amazing kit. And I'm going to kind of put it back together a little bit here and move it out of the way so we can talk about the next thing. Okay. Let's see, we talked about that and that. That we'll get to. I have a work in progress. And right now, right this very moment, aside from the Mitten Advent Calendar, sorry, I swear I'm going to sneeze any minute. Aside from the Advent Mitten Calendar, I have this one single work in progress. I have nothing else on my needles right now. Am I lying? If I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm not lying. This is it. This is a, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a Roro and Cade's hat. Surprise! Because I'm obsessed with her patterns. They're so flippin' cute. This is going to be a cute little bonnet, and it's something about bees. It's like the beekeeper bonnet or the beehive or bee house bonnet or something like that. I'll link it below. It's taking longer than I thought it would, and I think that's just because it's a really interesting stitch pattern and I have to kind of pay attention to what I'm doing. Is it still in autofocus? Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. I like it a lot. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think it's going to be very sweet. I'm going to turn that autofocus off so it stops going in and out. Okay. There's a couple of more things I want to talk about. This isn't going to be a super long... Well, I guess we're already at like almost 20 minutes, huh? Okay. So, you know how I did the Lunar Phase Mystery Knit Along by Larissa Brown. Yes, that was Larissa Brown. I loved it so much, and I love her aesthetic, and I love just all you know, her patterns are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And all of a sudden, up pops in my feed this new mystery knit along, and it's also moon themed, and it is the Midwinter Moon mystery knit along. How could I not, right? So the description for yarn choices was to choose your bright moon color, your dark night color, and a color that brings light to the dark, I believe. Ah! This is so good. So I actually had a lot of yarn in my stash that I was playing around with, but as it turns out, I went and bought 2 whole new skeins. Because I don't know. Anyway, this is my bright moon color. This is a Madeline Tosh color. I do not remember the name of it. I'm going to autofocus again. Sorry, guys. But I want to show you this colorway. Focus. Focus. Oh, come on. One of these days, I swear. It's trying, maybe it's that horse in the background. Anyway, this yarn has really, really pale. Why is that not focusing? Goodness gracious, this is going to drive me crazy. Come on. Well, crap. I'm only going to sit here for so long with it. Anyway, it's got some very, very, very pale lavenders and very, very, very pale rose kind of color. So it's like a lavendery rosy, but it's mostly just really pale. Okay, it's almost white. Very beautiful. That's going to be my moon color. My dark night color is going to be Malabrigo Makita, which is a single spun, nearly fingering weight kind of a yarn in color 692 Gothic. And it's like the black version of this, in that it's almost black, but it's actually got lavender and rose throughout. And that's probably, you're probably not going to see that. I'm glad it focused at least. But it's mostly black. I mean, there are some rose, here we go, rose and lavender. Anyway, you get the idea. And the color that brings light to the dark is this beast. This is from In the Deep QC. I love their yarn. They do such a beautiful job. And the colorway Sail the Universe, and it's another singles base. These are all singles bases. Check this out. Oh my goodness. Come on now, don't focus on that. Focus on this. There we go. It's this nice, really dark gray, and it's got some deep purples and deep rose colors, and it's got some lightness in there. Oh my god, you guys. This is going to be the prettiest thing ever. I cannot wait. And when I posted on my Instagram, I posted on my Instagram a few options, and this was pretty much overwhelmingly the favorite. So I'm very excited to have these 3 in a project. Whee! So that'll be that. I think that we just got our pre-knit along package, not package, but pre-knit along PDF. So I'm excited to read that. All right, let's see. I think that's it for that and that. I have 2 more things to talk about. Let me check my phone real quick. I just want to make sure that that's not something really terribly important. I have 2 more things to talk about, and they are both winter-related things. Oh, that's nothing important. What this is, let me tell you what this is real quick. Let's take a quick pause. That message that I just got, I got this weird message today. Maybe somebody knows what this is about. And it's this spam message from this number that I don't recognize, and it's a group number. It's a group message, so there's like 8 other phone numbers that they're sending to, and it was like something about earn $500 by doing something with your car. It was like some kind of a decal program for advertising in your car. And so I have all of these people that have been contacted by this person saying, take me off your list, take me off your list. But all of those messages are coming back to me since I'm on the list. What the fuck is wrong with people? I can't even handle that. I can't even. Anyway, so I have to go through and manually block every one of those numbers so that I don't continually get these like angry messages. Ugh. You know what? People suck sometimes. That's what that is. Who does that? Don't group message people. Just don't do that. That's rude. You know? If you have something to say to a lot of people, tell them all individually, but don't put it in a group message. And especially if you're not 100% sure that that person wants that message. Because then not only do they get your unwanted message, they get all of the messages of everybody else that doesn't want your fucking unwanted message. Oh, can you tell I hate it when people do that? I even have friends and relatives that have pulled that shit on me. And I'm like, take me off your fucking phone list. I get so mad. Okay, I need to calm down. That was the Zira rant of the moment. All right. Winning news. This is super exciting. I have now won 2 different contests in the last few months. I don't know. The last time I won a Dog Star from the Dog Star Make cast. I won a thing there, and I think I showed it on one of your podcasts, on one of my podcasts. Oh yeah, I did. It was this Dragon Horde yarn that is just the most delicious, lovely, gorgeous thing that I've ever seen. Oh my god, she's such a good dyer. Oh, I just want to live inside of her brain for a while. Anyway, so I won that a while back. And then recently we did that, I talked about the survivor blanket. And Maria from the Ninja Chickens podcast was doing a contest. And was entering everybody that sent in squares. She entered them all into the contest. And there was a prize for the knitters package and a prize for the spinners package, and I think there was a kids package. Well, it's so funny because I came home from work and I was like, oh look, Ninja Chickens made a new podcast. I'm so excited. She's literally my favorite podcast ever. Everything about her is so good. She's just she's got such great energy, and she lives on this cool little homestead and homeschools her kids and makes her own dyes out of stuff she grows. She's just freaking delightful. And so I saw that she had posted, and I was like, oh my god, I have this feeling. I need to watch this right now. And sure enough, I couldn't even believe it. As soon as she said the spinning package, I was like, oh, that's the one I really, really hope for. And she says, and the winner is Zira, Love of the Dark. And I'm just like, screaming. And my man comes in, what's going on? And I rewound it. I'm like, look, you gotta see, look, she says my name on YouTube. I'm famous. No. But I was just so excited. And I had no idea. I know she had talked about the packages. I don't know if she showed them or not, because I don't think I saw that episode if she did. But holy moly, you guys. I want to show you everything that I won. I'm so excited. First of all, I need glasses really bad. So I'm going to say that right now. I can't quite read what is on this tin. But this little tin is one of those awesome little slider tins. And inside, it's got this delicious... This is, I can read this part, Strong Nails and Cuticle Balm. And it looks like all natural ingredients, and it's just really nice, and I already used some today. It's really, really sweet. I cannot read the company. It might say Dunfeld, but it's in like, oh, maybe you can read it. Here. Can you read this for me? See what I mean? It's kind of faded, that topmost one. Anyway, it's really lovely and I really like it. So there's that. And then she sent me a Ninja Chickens button. Oh my god! This is so great. I have 2 of these enamel pins now. And it is official. I have officially started my collection. I got sent let's see, can you see that? I got sent the moon one from the Lunar Phase Mystery Knit Along. I got sent that. I talked about that a couple episodes ago, or maybe last episode. And now I have this. Look at that tiny little chicken with a little yarn ball. Come on now, focus. 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 Oh, you know what? Autofocus sucks. It's not going to work. Anyway, trust me when I say it's the most adorable little hen. And she's got some little eggs around her, and she's got her little knitting ball and her little knitting needles. She's sitting on a pile of leaves, and she's just looking fat and sassy. Well, she looks like that. You know. Oh, it's still not going to focus, and I'm not patient enough to wait for it. And then I got some seriously amazing fibery goodness, you guys. So this one is from Alpaca Serenades, from Linda Slicker and Loretta McDaniel. And it looks like their Etsy is Alpaca Serenades. And it is so pretty. It is this gorgeous alpaca and bamboo sort of, I don't know what you call this, if this is like a bump or a chunk or a, but anyway, it is kind of like a, it's almost like a mini bat. Oh wait, you know what? I bet it is a bat. We just unroll it. There we go. So it's alpaca underneath, and then it's got the bamboo on this side. And it's all hand processed and hand dyed everything, and this is so freaking soft. I could just fall asleep on it. Oh, it's so good. I can't wait to do something fun with that. So that's Alpaca Serenades. Absolutely delicious, gorgeous little sort of mini bat. So there's that one. There is this really cool, let's see here if I can find the info on these guys. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, excuse me. This is from the Fiber Focus. Oh, Fiber. Okay, this is from a spinning box. And it is a sample of Charlet Merino. I think it's Charlet. It could be Charlie. But it's an ultra fine merino at 12 to 15 microns. That is so soft, you guys. So they sent a sample. There's a sample of that, and it's this nice, you know, that's a nice, good bit to get a really good feel for. So that's awesome. And then, in addition to that, they sent these beautiful raw locks. Oh my God. Let's see if we can get this to focus. The crimp. It's all that shit. Focus. Focus. I really want it to focus. Anyway, you can sort of see some crimp in there, right? There it is. There it is. It's so beautiful. And it's buttery. You can feel the lanolin in it. It feels like lotion. I kind of want to rub it all over myself, but I think that maybe would be weird. But I'm going to try. This is just a little bit, but I'm going to try just spinning that just right exactly from this and just see what happens. Because I bet it would be cool. Oh, it's so... Oh, it feels so good. So there's that. And then we have from the Green Comet. I haven't heard of the Green Comet before, so I'm really excited to find them online and to check out the rest of their stuff because, whoa, this thing is super cool. Oh, you know what? My camera is not going to show you what that really looks like. Oh, yeah, that's all right. So this is a cool gradient. Oh, is it a bat? I don't know what to call this. It's a long gradient. So we go from this beautiful gray and black to this gorgeous purple to this beautiful green and then yellow and then back into kind of an emeraldy green and then all the way down, darker, 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 all the way down to a really dark forest green. And it looks like there's probably silk in here too. I don't think it does. Oh, it does. It does say. Oh, it's bamboo. So there's 60% merino and 40% bamboo. And it is just amazing. I can't wait. I think I'm going to, with this one, I think I'll tear it into skinny, narrow strips and go end to end with it. Rather than knitting it like across the thing or whatever. Ooh, this is inspiring me to get my spinning wheel out. Seriously. And then we have some really cool, I'm going to guess that this is Wensleydale locks or something similar. I mean, right? Look at those amazing things. I cannot wait to play with these. I really cannot wait to play with these. And I'm betting that they're hand dyed. Oh, they're so beautiful. Oh, you guys. Such a beautiful package. And then the final thing here. I'm going to get rid of this because it's noisy. All right. This is from Comage Fiber Arts, which who doesn't love Comage Fiber Arts? If you don't love Comage Fiber Arts, you're probably crazy. Or just, you maybe just haven't heard of them yet. So I'll say it again. Comage Fiber Arts. Oh my God. This is, I'm just going to pick this whole thing up. Look at this. This is a big old fat thing of, it looks like comb top. And it's just this, it's called Space, oh, I had the thing. Space Sunrise. And there's this picture. I'm not going to lift that picture up just because it's on a crinkly thing. And I don't want to do that to you guys. But it's a picture of the Earth from outer space and the colors and the way the sunrise looks. And it's just gorgeous. So anyway, yeah, this is probably, I don't know, 3 ounces maybe? 2 or 3 ounces of just absolutely gorgeous, streaky, beautiful space cadet lusciousness. So that was my prize, and I can't even, what a beautiful, glorious prize. Thank you so much, Maria. That has just absolutely made my day. Now, there's one final thing I want to talk about. We have a winner in my Ravelry group. So my Ravelry group is the Love of the Dark Fiber Arts podcast group. And please come and join. There's not a lot of people there. I feel like we have more than 20 people now. But we don't have a whole lot of people. But I will tell you that there's not a lot of entries. In fact, there's only been 1 entry since the last time we did a prize. And I've made a call out 3 different times for the one person who won to get a hold of me, and they never did. So I'm going to move along, and we're going to move this prize to the next person. And that person is, it is Amy Jo Yarn Brew. Amy Jo Yarn Brew, I have for you these 2 beautiful skeins of the Manos del Uruguay Silk Blend in the Dragon, no, I'm sorry, that is the location. What is the name of this color? I'm trying to remember. It's so beautiful. Vamp. It's in the Vamp colorway. Let me get those out of the way, and we'll hold that up so you can see it. They're beautiful purples and reds, and some darker and some bright blue. Just really, really lovely. So I have those 2 skeins for you, and if you will get a hold of me on Ravelry and let me know that you have seen this, then I will get your beautiful little skeins right out to you. And I come from a non-smoking home. We do have cats in our house, but they're not allowed in my yarn stash. So, but you know, just a fair warning. If you find 1 errant cat hair, all right, Amy Jo and everybody, it's been real. And it's been fun, and I hope you have a great rest of your month. Have a great holiday with your families, or starving in protest. Either way, just have, you know, do what you want to do. Do what thou wilt. Ciao.